biblical slavery, and it does nothing.
Yeah,
that was my first thought.
they weren't really slaves. They weren't slaves, they were free. But yeah, it's because they don't want to talk about the inaccuracies of the Old Testament and say, well, we've got a new covenant now, so none of that matters. And it's like, well, it does, because if this is the divine word of God and it promotes slavery, you know, because it was more warlike, institutionalized slavery. So then it was more a case of people that you won in battle.
Yeah, it was Tom.
Let's go for it, Tom. Ooh.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh.
That's very straight flush on that.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
I seen you call big bombs, Tom, with something like a 5/8 of clubs or something, you know, just like...
Oh, that one was an accident.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. You should know,
you won, right? Or did you? I don't know.
I don't think so. No, I called you for like 150 million like the other night, yesterday night, I think, by accident.
And you won?
I don't know if you knew that. You had like a straight. I came back and I had like lost like 150 million. I had no idea what happened.
Oh my God. Why would you bet so much, Tom? You don't want a king of diamonds chasing you or something?
No, not particularly.
Comes the bomb.
Talk to him. I mean, I just get to...
They have each other's personal phone numbers and talk to each other on their personal lines. I mean, come on.
John Lee's fucking worthless. Like, I think there's much more value in debating a dog whistling dumb fuck racist than John Lee any fucking day.
Well, John Lee is just... I can't... when he's in the room, I'll just leave. I'm just tired of hearing him. But I understand he's popular in Tom's group, so that's his shtick.
Because he's funny, because he says fucking insane things, right? But it gets boring after a while.
I think John Lee enjoys the popularity as well. I think he's...
Yes, he does, yeah. Fine, that's good. He's so what? He's using... if he's using it for his own advantage, it's good for him, right? Like I said... him and Tom have each other's personal phone numbers and talk on the phone personally, right? There's something going on. Like,
it's like crazy.
It's a partnership. Yeah, like whatever.
Yeah, so they have their disagreements. They have agreements, or they played poker together and stuff like that. So there's obviously some strange, odd camaraderie. Not say friendship, maybe camaraderie that they can share their debate on Clubhouse, and it brings people to the...
Yeah.
As a big for example, right? How many times do we pawn theists on their lack of understanding of evolution? You think
I don't bring that up usually.
Understanding of evolution?
Well, I don't cater to this.
I don't, because that's not my go-to.
I hate this hyperbole about we destroy, we pwn. You never pwn someone in a debate. No one's going to walk away from these debates going, "Oh, I learned
Although we do pwn them.
We point out their
we do pwn them
ignorance, but they're not going to walk away thinking, "Wow, I'm a really ignorant person." They're going to listen to anything you say.
I don't care.
It just makes it.
No.
No, I care for the people who are listening, not the person. I'm not going to change their mind.
Yeah.
Jordan and Drew, like those two theists that, like, I think they were both in today in Donald's room, right? Those individuals, they learned something from being pwned today. I fucking guarantee you.
What were they talking about?
Nonsense.
Yeah, they were using rhetoric, but we fucking taught them some real science and got them thinking.
I've learned something from people, learned something from things.
Yeah, they were good because at least they said, like, they acknowledged the points that we made when we made them.
I've learned
not a lot of other people. They might have been dumb, like, in their argumentation, but they at least, like, when we pointed out to them, like when he was talking about whatever thing, and I pointed out the contradiction in it, he at least acknowledged it.
Yeah.
I've learned something.
And he said, like, I got to think about these things, and I'll be back to talk to you, right? Like, what more could we want except for that?
Yep.
Yeah, I've learned something from theists because I like Murphy. Murphy's a Muslim, but he's a pretty chill guy, and I've talked to him a few times.
You mean Murphy's Law?
Yeah. And
I know from Discord.
Yeah, and Murphy.
Sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't.
No, I don't.
Well, it's like Michael. Michael can be sometimes fun to talk to, but
Michael's I like Michael if we're not talking about religion or something.
Exactly.
Michael is a great lawyer, which also makes debater.
Yeah. Also, we're going to have this debate, and I'd had a previous debate with another presuppositionalist, and I was really aggressive and frustrated. And Michael got up and was being very polite and calm and asking me questions, and I was just going at him because I was getting my anger was just. And he was like...
Oh, no, he could take it. He doesn't care. He's a lawyer. He takes beatings like that all the time, I'm sure.
Not Michael, Murphy. I'm talking about Murphy.
Oh,
Murphy.
Sorry, okay. Murphy got on and we were talking. And he was just asking a general question. And I was just... Because I'd had this presup theist, I was very angry. And I was going at him. And he called me out and said, "Dude, you don't have to be so aggressive. What's wrong? Like, let's just have a friendly debate. I'm not trying to attack you." And I had to step back, and then I raised up later, and the next day I said, I apologise. I said, "I'm sorry," and he said, "That's cool." So, although I don't agree with his beliefs, Murphy can have a general conversation with you, and I realised that
there's plenty of Christians. Well, not plenty, but there's Christians, right, that I have perfectly good discussions with, right?
I learned.
So being a Christian doesn't
Murphy that day.
Yeah, it doesn't make them like being Christian doesn't mean automatically I'm not gonna be able to talk to you.
I have an agenda to shut you down. Yeah, basically, that's what I did with.
A lot of my rooms aren't even about like that, right? Like I do every once in a while I do them. Like we did so far, I've done the debate any atheist on stage thing because the theists seem to like that. And it's been, ridiculous most of the way. We haven't got any good arguments.
It's been funny sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we just...
I feel like the worst Christians are coming, because even in Donald's room, the worst arguments,
coming out of the
literally got a person that was like, "Well, where does stuff come from, atheists?"
Well, Donald.
One person was saying the sun was a freaking supernatural being. I'm thinking, what?
Yeah, right. And then somebody also said that that basically there's these three realities, or there's two realities, A and B, but then the connection between A and B must be this other thing, and that thing is now a new reality. I'm like, what is this fucking person talking about?
I think the only problem with Donald's rooms is Donald, he tends to get frustrated when people talk, going, "Rascal, I'm talking! And he starts getting really, really, no, I wasn't yelling at you, Kat. I was, he gets really mad, and it's just like he doesn't like popcorn. I want you to...
Yeah, but then right afterwards, he goes, "Okay, now, who was talking?"
Yeah, so that's why
he's like, "I don't care," and he's like, "Continue."
I don't mind it, but I think
I know, I like it.
Discussion, it's not really the same sort of discussion that we have in the other rooms, and that's his room.
Come on in, Daniel. The water's fine.
Yep. 101. I admit I didn't get it fast enough.
I had two. I had a pair of twos. Call it, John. Come on.
Oh, man, I'm so tempted to double up twice. Can't do it, though. Not this time.
I can't do it.
Born and raised, and actually when I drink, the accent really comes
So
out.
basically, we're just a bunch of dumb cunts, right? Because
Yeah, a bunch of dumb
Because we're
cunts.
because like I'm half Polish, right? I don't know how much Polish there is.
It's
Because
because
we're
Sorry, no, I'm half. My
Polish.
great grandmother is Polish.
I really
was
just-
Polish.
Okay, so we're just a bunch of dumb idiots up here. Because the Polish people are just fucking morons,
On my mom's side, I'm
what do we invent? Instant water? Because they had water.
Dehydrated water.
So I'm like
You just don't know what to do.
I'm a Polish Mary, so because on mom's side I'm
Wolfgang.
What would that look like? Imagine what would that look like, right? Dehydrated water. Basically, you would just sell an empty bottle.
That's what
and
Steve
just tell
Wright
people to add water to it.
He said,
Right?
That's what Steve Wright's joke is. He said, I bought dehydrated water from the supermarket, but I didn't know what to...
dehydrated.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But no, I'm really fascinated by accents.
H2O just said water.
Yeah, H2O just said water. I'm just really...
Imagine if we could dehydrate water in some weird way, right? Like,
it's called
maybe we
evaporation.
take out the hydrogen part of it?
It's called evaporation.
What do you think about that title?
That's what happens when you dehydrate water.
You're right. Yes, I'm sorry.
Like, it makes no sense, that title.
CPTI. I only cleaned it, so.
Well, it's so clean. Canadian Catholic, what's the expression
Is this better?
that you saying all the time?
No, it's not, JJ.
Lower the volume, please.
That's the shame of a boy that just stole a cake. How about now? Is this better?
Yeah, it's bearable.
Yeah.
That doesn't hurt. Yeah. Well, it's so loud. So I have to make it low, and then I can't hear other people. So that's good. Yeah.
On my end, Shay is actually louder than this.
Yeah.
No, this is.
But not unpleasantly.
No, this is fine. But I just.
You're fine. That's perfect.
I cleaned it, so I think with the now again.
It's perfect.
0% might be good. Oof. I thought it should be perfect. I love being perfect.
Good job.
So, I couldn't believe the whole spiritual thing.
Yeah, I've heard him try and defend that in the past. The last time this came up, he focused on the spear choker thing and claimed total ignorance. Complete naive bullshit, dude. I was like...
I mean, even if James was incompetent, no offense to you, James, I didn't listen to much. Like, even if James was incompetent, it's just glorious him having to deal with this. See, I mean, it's just and you read out the quotes and start to stutter and apoplectically.
I think him staying there so long... I think it's demonstrated that like this is an important thing for him to try and refute. Like I think he feels the threat of it. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because I don't think he wouldn't waste any time sitting in that room with James for any amount to endure that shit. If it wasn't kind of important for him to undo this or try to.
Yeah, he seems
that's
to
my takeaway anyway.
Acknowledge that he has to defend something because it makes him look bad. But also, James did a great job of balancing and keeping him there. He got what he had to get out. But he
I wasn't saying incompetent. I was saying even if he were, it would still have been glorious.
I didn't think there was no point Darth would have left that conversation. He had to be there. He knew he had to be ahead of that, or he would have tapped out when he said he was going to leave.
Exactly.
Could have been empty threats.
People said that he said it 9 times that he's leaving.
But
he still had to get sent down.
Like, did James remove him, right?
Yes,
why? Because
he was
eventually.
Because he had to
because he was being like,
when I knew he was going to absolutely, when I knew he was going to absolutely leave, I removed him because he was being a jerk, and I did not want to give him the satisfaction of making his final snotty statement and then leaving on his terms. So
he was never going to leave. That was perfect, James. Times.
Yeah, I think I hit every single bullet point that I could think of and that anybody could think of who was trying to give me additional bullet points that I was forgetting.
Yeah, he really didn't address a couple of them hardly at all. Camel Hair, there was one.
Yeah, what is in the other room from what somebody told me talking about is that, you know, he wanted to do this privately and he's trying to really convey, but he gave me the option and then my room title was completely fabricated, but basically he didn't want to give me the time to where I was feeling better and that I had, you know, personal crap more together. And then I would have dealt with Darth, because dealing with Darth when he's upset or angry in those situations, you know, you need to be cool and level-headed. I wasn't sure that in that conversation that I would remain cool and level-headed, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt of not doing it public, just waiting. But he's the reason why people even know that I think he is racist, because he's been mentioning it every single time we come on a stage or I come to a room that he happens to be in.
Ask him further, anybody, further about what he thinks about the civil rights movement.
Why did I not have a public or a private conversation? And so, as Darth has been whining and stomping his feet all morning about context, I have to give them context that I committed to a private conversation. He kept saying,
I'm saying you should fucking drop. You should drop all this.
I think you should just say, Darth.
You didn't even get the context of all the videos that you were referring to, James. Did you? You couldn't answer some of Darth's questions.
I want to talk about it publicly.
The person's presupposition.
That definition that you gave doesn't distinguish between a premise, an axiom, or a presupposition. When we talk about presuppositions, I think we're talking about something much deeper.
Yeah, what you said. James, is this whole thing a troll? Are you just like gaslighting the room? Oh, the sip is gone, thank goodness. Hey, Delano, did I tell you a couple of weeks ago I got into a conversation with Thomas?
Oh my god, I love Dragon Balls. It's so good.
Right? Isn't it so good? Well, she's British.
It's a hot sauce. Shut up. No, it's a hot sauce. But I actually looked up how many people have lived on Earth, and it's 117 billion.
No random terms, but you know, generally it's about theism and right.